Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Welcome if you're new here, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for your support. I'd like to also say thank you to those who've sent donations via Super Thanks, Coffees and PayPal. It really means a lot, thank you so much, it motivates me to keep going. So this reading is just looking at the energy shifts in the collective, which are continuing to change and evolve as I speak. Those of you who watch me regularly will know that my readings often link with the previous reading or readings before that, for example. And I was just thinking this morning about my last reading about tower moments. I mean, we kept getting 16 in that reading, the number of the tower. I'm wondering if any of you have seen or heard tower moments around you, for example, or maybe even in the news. I've not really been looking at global events so much recently. I kind of like to do that because then I can really pick up on the energy I'm feeling and you can see if it resonates. But I know for me, I won't go into detail, but even after that last reading, there was quite a big tower moment in my local area. And again, I couldn't believe it. When I say that, it was like quite a big dispute, like things erupted. And in terms of the collective shifts, what's come through to me from Spirit is that this is happening due to the purge that's happening on a global collective level that I've mentioned in previous readings. Things need to come out, so whether that's emotions, secrets, things people need to say to each other, hence these disputes that I have noted around me, if any of you noted that as well. Maybe you've experienced this as well, maybe you've had anger coming up, memories. If so, just sit with it and let it out. But we're moving into a higher consciousness now, rather, if I can speak, where we're becoming more aware of our emotions and the emotions of others, more compassion, forgiveness, love, all higher vibrations. And that's why the lower ones are really feeling it at the moment in this shift, because they can't operate in that frequency. So they've got to let it out, heal, release, in order to move into the 5D energy, or things will happen to them. With these tower moments, it's not just disputes, it's also things like people suddenly falling ill, loss of job, loss of a relationship, financial struggles. So you might hear people talking about that, for example, around you, and if so, that's happening for a reason. It's stripping away all the things that don't serve people so that they can rise up into this 5D energy. So yeah, the 3D, 5D split is really, I feel like, at its peak at the moment, let's say. So in terms of you watching, just make sure you keep doing your own emotional and spiritual healing. Forgiveness has come out a few times in my previous readings. I did a post on it as well, you might want to look at. Because that can really help people to release emotional baggage. It's for you, it's not for the other person or the other people. It's just so that you are lighter, you're not carrying around these grudges, vengeance, whatever it might be. Because again, that's all low vibrational energy that won't serve you. So, it's also a form of self-love, self-forgiveness. This is very important. And reflection. Whether you use a journal or you just reflect, thinking about events that happen around you. Maybe, go a bit deeper and think, is this linking to the, the energy shifts? For example, if you see people lashing out at each other, but protect your energy as well, because people's true colours are coming out. Again, that's something I've seen around me, and then I thought of that frog card. I started laughing when I saw it in my mind's eye. It was a few readings back. We had the frog card. It said protect your energy, and there were colours around the frog, and I said people's true colours, sort of becoming apparent. So it's funny the way I sometimes get these visions from my readings. So we're just going to see anything else that comes through from Spirit that we need to know. Yeah, I think this came out in one of our previous readings. Divine will, let go of fear. So you see, here's someone embracing that divine light, wanting to heal, because the sun can heal, if we get any sun, that is. Being in the light, being a light worker, which doesn't involve fear. So just wanted to make that clear. That rhymes as well. It could be for some of you that you're finding what your mission is, your purpose, and that is to be a light worker. It doesn't mean doing spiritual work, it just means shining your light, wanting to help others, receiving more downloads as you do this. So this is amazing, because this is where we're all going, up to that 5D energy. And with the let go of fear, that's the energies that are holding on. So in terms of, the tower moments I said about, the disputes, anger, whatever it is, that's the people that are holding on to the old system that's collapsing. Basically it's fear. They don't sort of like where we're going, but I think when they get there, if they get there, they'll see that differently. So also, I just wanted to say to some of you watching, don't have fear for those people. Let them get there on their own. Don't try and sort of sway people. For example, you can guide them, of course. Wow, now this really is like the reconciliation energy that I mentioned in my last reading. So, within people becoming whole, but also reconciliations between people as they heal, raise their vibration, making peace, also people finding their divine partner. This is happening right now. Again, as we're shifting in our frequency, some people will be removing themselves from karmic situations that served their purpose to learn lessons. But for some of you, your eternal union is on the way. That's beautiful. You might feel it as well. For some of you, you know this person. You're not in communication with them, but you might be seeing them in your dreams, visions, signs about them. They could be increasing. So that's wonderful. And also, for a lot of us, this person, this eternal union, serves a purpose. You have a mission with your person. And it's all to do with sort of reaching that high vibration of love, releasing fear, forgiving, helping others, having compassion. Wow, so that's kind of really linking with the sort of 5D 3D split. And here we've got channel your knowledge. Yeah, so as I said there with the light, you know, letting the light come down, downloads, which we're seeing there. Maybe write it down. Especially if you have dreams, you could have a dream journal, take note of messages in your dreams. Below that we've got Kundalini rising. Yeah, here's the awakening that's happening. You might even feel it up your spine. And this is like your sign to awaken to your purpose. Your passion, it says ignite your passion for life. Yeah, because I feel some people, with that fear, they're fearful of letting go, as I said, of like, say, a matrix job and doing what they want to do. Does it make you feel passionate, getting up, going to work, or is it just routine? For example, we're not here to be robots, you know. We're here to awaken our gifts as well. So for some of you, your gifts are increasing, I feel. And this is really interesting. This came out, in fact, yesterday when I pulled a few cards. Energy signature, the past is in the present. Yeah, and what I felt with that was the karmic cycles that have continued, people going round and round, not learning lessons, continuing the same patterns. Also the past coming into, you know, still in your energy, let's say, showing some need to forgive, let go, change your frequency from one of vengeance, hurt, pain, to one of light, which we had there. And some people might be, again, fearful of doing that, but you'll feel so much better if you can do it. So yeah, that's really interesting in terms of the transition here, where the past is coming up, for some consciously, for some subconsciously. Something I was thinking about actually yesterday when I pulled this card. I was reflecting, as I was saying about before. That's why it's good to do this. Sometimes I meditate on a card. I was just thinking about some of the things I've seen around me. I've seen and heard. And I've thought to myself, although I don't know these people, I don't know their history, their background, I can figure out from their energy that this is past cycles playing out in their present life. So for example, if they're very aggressive, loud, abusive, they've come from that in their past. So maybe their own parents were like that, their grandparents, and they're just carrying it down generation to generation. And this is what a lot of us are here to stop, as light workers, to break that generational curse. That came out in my last reading. It's coming out again. If you've pulled away from those type of energies as well, there's a reason for that. And I'm seeing this energy here, it looks like they've got a pen, like rewriting, you know, rewriting your energy signature. As I said, that's what a lot of you are here to do. And then as light workers, our job is to hold that frequency, help others heal, and reach the light as well, which came out there obviously. And here we've got ground your light. Wow. Let your soul shine. Yeah, so you might want to meditate, get out into nature. As I said about the power of the sun in particular, make sure you are very grounded and aligned. This also has a ripple effect, by the way, on the collective around you. Even if you're not talking to people or around people, the energy is felt in the atmosphere, let's say. So, you know, previously it was different. Previously it was, I'm just being guided to this one, like this dark energy out there. and people were sort of getting sucked into that in terms of behaviours, patterns, addictions. But now we're moving into this energy, which is what we're all meant to be, I feel. Very spiritual, aligned beings. Very peaceful energy in this card as well. So that's really interesting. Just going to pull another deck now. Just anything that comes out that people may need to heal, or that we need to be aware of. Okay, yeah, so we've got family and tribe, first of all, at the bottom of the deck. As I was saying about karmic ties, yeah, people who've been trapped in karmic situations, and for some it was family. And for some it's about realising that family can be karmic, toxic, and that it's time to break away. So some people might have to make big decisions. Some of you might have done this already. But you will also find your tribe. I'm being guided to say your soul tribe. If you break away from those sort of situations. Wow, we've got love again. So that's really being highlighted with both of these. That love, for some of you who maybe been waiting, wondering, love is on the way. And here we're seeing someone on this person's mind. So have faith, don't doubt, that love can come to you. So for some of you, sort of given up. And you'll be getting signs if that's the case. And again, this is, we've got there, let go of fear, and then we've got love. This is what we need to do. At a very simple level, just be in an energy of love. No matter what's going on around you, being in that energy as well, so not letting it affect you. I said about tension, conflict, disputes. If you can stay in that energy, then it doesn't affect you and it doesn't sort of alter the collective energy, let's say. Just sort of know who you are. Is what I'm hearing. Don't let it affect you. Wow, everyone, cycles. Just what I was saying before with this card about karmic cycles repeating. As I said, I really see it energetically in the collective, and she's looking to the past. So for some of you, it's about looking at that, reflecting on those cycles and how they might be playing out in the present. Can you change it? Well, you can't change the people, but you can change your situation and you, for example. So maybe try and look at it differently. We've got procrastination. So that could be linked to that. Some people overthinking these situations. What do I do? Oh, but it's family, it's friends. It's my job, whatever the situation is, because karmic situations can be many things, usually for us to learn lessons. And also, if people are procrastinating, they're in their head a lot, they're not dropping into their heart and just trusting how they feel. So again, that's fear that we had before. And you might want to practice grounding your energy, meditating to get clear answers that will come to you as well as downloads. But if you're up in your head and also feeling fearful, that won't come to you. That clarity, that is. Wow, so that all links there as well. The cycles could also be repeated thoughts and behaviours for some of you that it's time to look at. And again, something that you did in the past. It's like a learnt behaviour, so to speak. So again, you know, whether you want to speak to a therapist, write it down, ground your energy and see what comes to you as downloads and insights, for example. So I'm just going to pull from another deck now, any other guidance for the collective. We got a unicorn, it says invite serendipity. Yeah, and this energy here looks very relaxed, at peace, like she's meditating. That's when you'll find serendipity happens for you, in fact. When you're in a very light energy, almost like waiting for blessings. I'm seeing like a sort of rainbow colour there at the top. Wow, and the sun's just really come out there. You might see it on camera, so I'm taking that as a good sign. Luck on your side for some of you, blessings coming to you. If you're in that high vibration, things will just flow for you. You'll experience more serendipity, basically. When you're like in tune with the energy around you. Archangel Raphael's come out again. This card came out recently, provider of healing for mind, body and spirit. Yeah, so that's what's happening in the collective, which kind of links with this one as well. Being in that energy is where people need to be. And that's why those lower frequencies are coming to the surface more. So as I said, you might see that. And we got a butterfly for change that's happening in the collective. As I was saying, yeah, I'm really feeling it. I think after that reading I saw a butterfly, which I mentioned in my last reading. You might as well. You might see signs in nature that are a sign. Could be an ancestor coming to visit you. It's very special if that's the case. Wow. And we'll finish on that one. The phoenix rising, new beginnings. Begin your new life. Yeah, so for some of you, maybe you want to get out of a cycle, as I said, whatever that is, and you want to just start afresh. Maybe you want to move, start a new job, a new venture. You might feel really powerful. The phoenix is a very powerful symbol. And the flames there, I'm getting passion. And I think we had, yeah, in this one, ignite your passion for life. That's kind of quite similar, actually. The Kundalini rising and the phoenix rising from the ashes. And basically that's what we all go through. You know, it's like a rebirth of our soul, because we've been born into this system. I won't go too deep here, but we've been born into this system that's kept us all trapped, unaware of the infinite possibilities out there, unaware of the power of our mind. And the more and more we start to ground ourselves and connect with the frequencies of the earth, which are shifting, the more we rise, maybe through a dark night of the soul, ignite our passion again for life, which has been lost for a long time by many, you know, just sort of going through the motions, doing what you're told, not what your soul is telling you to do. So that might be food for thought for some of you. Some of you might really feel it when you go through this shift. You might feel like you're reborn. You might have experienced this many times, but I just feel at the moment it's being heightened as we're moving into a new energy. The energy around you might feel different as well. More moving into the future. I feel at the moment we're still sort of shifting those other low frequencies, cleansing, purging. But I do feel we're all rising, so to speak. You might even have dreams where you're doing that. You're going upstairs, flying, feeling really passionate. With the fire as well, you might find it feels like things are speeding up. You might feel like you're on fire, like you're buzzing. I felt that last night, you know. Just thinking about it this morning. Even this morning, I feel sort of quite buzzing, actually. So, yeah, so I'm feeling it. How about you? Let us know in the comments if you wish what you feel. Does any signs come through for you in this reading? You don't need to share that, but sometimes you can get signs that really resonate for you. But please do like, share, comment and subscribe. I love to hear from all of you. I'll be back soon to do another reading. Sending peace of light to you all.